All right, welcome everyone to the EJ Pro Pick'em Show. I'm your host, Dennis James. I'm here again with my co-host, Sean Harris, my producer, Lawrence Jones. And this week we're going to talk about the games from Week 5 and preview the upcoming games for Week 6. We're going to talk a little bit about the picks this week as well, go over the winners, and also talk about some of the surprises so far in the early going and who's doing well and who's struggling, like this guy here. And then also we're going to talk about we're also going to make our picks for next week, and then we're going to make some preseason, give some preseason, not preseason, but early season awards so far in the NFL. I guess we'll start off right away with the winners for Week 5 and the picks. My brother-in-law this week won, Brian Chavers. He went 95, 133 points. He hit 4 10-point bonuses, and he had a season high 43 bonus points this week. He had key picks: Indy over KC, Washington over Green Bay, Philly over San Fran, and the Jets over Minnesota. He had all those games in the head. Also, he jumped from 5th place to 1st place in the Zion division. This was overall the scores this week were pretty bad, so he jumped up pretty well. This question for you guys: this early, I thought about Week 5 we'd have had a kind of feeling what teams would be good. So far this year, is it parity in the league? What's going on?
There's more loss than I was at the beginning of the season.
Yeah,
I think a lot of it is just bad play because I think everyone is starting to be more like hustle minded and like opportunistic. Because like if you look at the quarterback leaders in yardage, there's like 4 out of 5 of them. At least before the Monday night game, 4 out of the 5 top quarterbacks for that week had lost.
Yeah.
And it's like Phillip Rivers had like 400 something.
Yeah, I saw another stat too today that every quarterback that's thrown over 300 yards, not every, but the records for quarterbacks that's thrown over 300 yards this year is something like 6 and 12.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So so that someone like throwing the football around doesn't help you win.
Right.
The other thing is this week was a week where if you were struggling, this was a week if you did well, you get caught up. A lot of people did get caught up this week in the picks. Fred Walker is another one who had a good week. He won the American Conference. He went 95 points. Isaac Norris made a big come up this week. He had his number 2 score. He went 95 points. He moved all the way up to 3rd place in the Classic division. Michael Toes won his division, the Cuyahoga division, and now he took over the number 1 spot. And this is the 2nd year in a row we've seen a rookie come in and take over. We got to do something about that. But I think like you said earlier, it's due to maybe the parity in the league, and we get a lot of teams, not doing as what else expected, and so it's from week to week, you just don't know who's gonna win. But the other winners from this week, I mentioned Fred Walker. Daniel Simmons got his 2nd division win in the old FedEx division, and then Terry Williams won in the FedEx division with a record of 77 this week. So that shows you how bad it was. He had 104 points, and he's only the 3rd player.
Bonus points.
Yeah, he did have some bonuses though. He's only the 3rd player in history to win his division with a 500 record or worse. And at the power rankings, Michael Toes, like I said, took over the number 1 spot. He's the 2nd rookie all time to do that. Darrell Nelson jumped up to number 2 this week. He had a good week. Other notes from the league now: Classic division and Cuyahoga division both had 3 players in the top 10. So once again, our division, is one of the toughest right now. Right now, the Cuyahoga though is probably the toughest right now. But I think by the end of the year, our division will be toughest again. We got new people in the top 10 this week: Isaac Norris and Aaron Wilkerson. This is Isaac's first time in the top 10 in his career. This is the highest career ranking. And then another thing is only 49 points separate number 10 from number 1. If you go down further, only 85 points separate number 1 from number 20. So it's still early and nobody's out of it except for a couple people still in the 500. But nobody's totally out of it. Everybody still has a shot. Looking at the league leaders, Darrell Nelson, who's number 2 in power rankings. I think it's noteworthy that he's among league leaders in 7 different categories. He's first in wins, first in bonus hits, and first in 1-point bonuses. Rich Metz ranked number 9 currently, leading in bonus points and 3-point bonus hits. And then Eric Clark, who's currently number 10, but Eric does have 2 round wins, so at season's end, he sets himself up probably right now probably will end up being number 1. Talk about Sean's favorite team, Cleveland Browns. They lost another tough one. This is another game that they were in, until late, and they kind of fell apart. This week, unlike a lot of the other weeks, except week 1, I was able to watch a lot of games. I went to the Boneyard, so I probably watched every game this week. Just a little bit of every game. Only game that wasn't on TV there was that Giants-Houston game. So I saw a little bit of everything this week. As far as the picks concerned in this game, 29 out of 42 people picked Atlanta. There were 4 10-point bonus hits. This game was key for Isaac Norris and Terry Williams, who won the division. I guess when you get some guys' thoughts about the game. First of all, did anybody see the game?
Yeah, I saw bits and pieces of it.
Right.
I knew going into it that what's his name?
Turner?
No, not Michael Turner. The Browns running back.
Peyton
Hillis. Yeah, I knew he's gonna have a little bit more problem running the ball. I knew that would probably hold him back a little bit. I was surprised he got the passing touchdown. He did a good job. It was a one-hander, bobble and catch it, and he beat his man into the end zone. But yeah, it's like, I mean, beyond that, I've written down here, Seneca Wallace was doing all right. Then he got hurt, and I already had a feeling Delon wasn't gonna really do too much.
Well, I think the controversy in this game, I wonder what McGinley was thinking about. I don't know. It seems like he's always trying to be all secretive about stuff. Like, we can practice. He kept saying, "Well, the loan's getting better. He may play. We don't know." And then clearly he wasn't healthy enough to make him be out there. Mm-hmm. And when Wallace went down, that makes me wonder. How Colt McCoy is looking in practice. They wanted to go to injury Delon. That's a concern for me right there. I mean, I know we shouldn't expect much from McCoy at this stage, but it almost tells me that they're not giving him any reps at all.
Right. Yeah.
In practice.
I mean, the plan when they originally got him was just to sit him out the whole year. They're trying to follow that plan. I think it's more that than the fact that of them having no confidence in Colt McCoy to execute the offense, but right now they don't have the choice.
Well, we know Delon came in the game, and once again he threw 2 more interceptions. One pretty much cost him the game. Mm-hmm. One of the craziest plays I've ever seen in my life. But but the other thing, we all know the Browns just recently made a trade. You guys talk about the Jerome Harrison situation.
I thought he was talking about Brett Ratliff.
They just signed him.
Yes. I thought that was the big picture.
Well, I mean, obviously Harrison wasn't Mangini's boy. A lot of people think he did something wrong, but I just think Mangini likes the big backs.
Yeah, that's all it is.
The thing that concerns me is that lets me feel that Holmgren is giving Mangini a lot more control than I thought he would. I was thinking Mangini wouldn't have that much control, but apparently he does. And because and that concerns me. I
think it's smart.
You get smart.
Yeah, let him dig his own grave so you don't have any choice but to.
I think they would have fired him last year. Only thing is, it was just nobody out there worth getting.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to try to keep some stability, you keep changing coach year after year.
That's true.
I mean, you want to give him a chance to see if he can actually get his plan, working. But
I just want to get you guys' thoughts about the trade. I mean, to me, it was just you trading 2 backup running backs. To me, Mike Bell kind of fits the Browns' offense better than Harrison. Harrison fits the Eagles' offense, so I don't think it was
it wasn't a bad trade.
But the one thing you can say, Mike Bell was a little bit more experienced because he did, help the one to get the Super Bowl last year. You can't say that. So, but will this trade help either team, further on? I don't think so. Maybe Harrison helps the Eagles because right now McCoy has a rib issue, but other than that, I don't really think this is going to get either one of the teams an extra win.
Yeah, I mean Hilders. He's not 100% either, so Bell he'll definitely get some carries too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. The other thing is that the other thing concerning me about this game was Joe Thomas, and he seemed like he was the one person you can count on the line, and the whole left side. And actually,
he actually cost the game, I thought.
yeah. Well, not only that, but this year it seems like they've been having more success running the football to the right side. From what I've seen, I mean, is Joe Thomas? Is he digressing? Is he maybe depressed because he's tired of losing? Well, I mean, what's going on with him? Because John Abraham was, pardon my language, was bitching him Sunday.
Yeah.
And not only that, but John Abraham all year hadn't played like nothing.
Right,
I mean, I don't know
right.
where that. I don't know if he just all of a sudden
That's what happens when teams come to play the Browns. You know, they just
he get up for the Browns.
Yeah, get their best.
they gotta get their stats. You know, okay, I get my stats now. But yeah, I think Joe Thomas will be fine. I mean, every great player they had a bad game. I think it was just a bad game. It was an aberration.
Right.
I think he'll come back strong in the Steelers game.
Well, speaking of bad games, the next game, Tampa and Cincy, the Bengals have a bad game, or was this Tampa Bay team for real?
I think the Bengals had a bad game.
Carson Palmer threw 3 picks. One costly late that kind of questionable to me. This game had a questionable ending to me, but what's even more funny to me is seeing the Bengals just have a nonchalant attitude about everything. Because I thought the pass that he threw to Ocho, it interference to me. But no one on the Bengals seemed to be upset about it. And then our last drive, Tampa Bay went down, got a game-winning field goal. The pass that he caught that was under review, to me, the guy clearly was not in bounds. But they reviewed it, they still said he was in bounds. And they ended up winning the game on that.
That's why I think they need to get rid of it. I mean, they get it wrong anyway.
Yeah.
That's what it seems like. 90% of them get it wrong anyway, so it doesn't matter.
But the one thing concerned, if you're a Bengals fan, the offense still looks sluggish. You got all these weapons now on offense, but this offense still not clicking. And Carson Palmer is, I don't know what the deal is.
He's really the
with him.
problem. They got all the weapons. There's just something going on in between the ears with him.
I think
Is he depressed because you want to see on probation? What is it?
That might have something to do with it.
I just think T.O. is part of the problem. Not necessarily too much of a bad problem, but I don't think they really knew how to integrate him, so they kind of
He been going off.
Well, that's my thing. They kind of overcompensating.
Trying to get him involved.
Getting him involved a little too much.
Actually, for what I've seen, it seems like they trying to balance it too much. They trying to get everybody involved instead of just going with
whoever's open.
Who's ever open, what's ever working right now.
I honestly think Carson Palmer's scared. I think he's really scared for there to be any
conflict.
Yeah, conflict. So,
well, I think you got to put on an old coordinator too. Maybe he's a little bit scared too.
Yeah, well, yeah.
But the other thing is the Buccaneers 3-1 now. I mean, they beat the Browns, they beat the Bengals, they 2-0 against Ohio.
Who else did they beat?
I forget who else they beat. I think Carolina, I think.
Probably so.
I think it was Carolina they beat. I mean, they haven't beat anybody yet, but only game they lost was they got blown out by Pittsburgh. But is this a legitimate team?
No.
I think it's.
So what about the Bengals? Are they still a playoff team?
Yeah, there's still hope. If Carson Palmer can get it together, he's really going. They got the talent.
I would think that in most years, but the way the AFC is stacked this year, I don't know.
Yeah, they still got a chance right now, but it's not looking too good. They better turn around in a hurry.
And the other thing I want to comment on was Tampa Bay's quarterback. I can't remember his first name.
Josh Freeman.
Josh Freeman.
Yeah.
He's been playing pretty solid this year. When they drafted him, what I've seen of him, I was not impressed. But he looked pretty solid. I just want to get you guys' thoughts about Freeman.
I always thought he had talent. I thought he should be a good quarterback.
Yeah, he definitely got talent. I think the main thing with him is they're just trying to keep him on the level and, just manage the game, don't make any mistakes. So I think with Tampa Bay, it's just a matter of they're going off of two things, just confidence from having a good start. And then the other thing is they going off of that the last place team in the NFC South ends up dominating the next year.
Yeah.
I still don't completely buy that, but they
I bought it until this year when I saw Tampa Bay was last place. Like, they ain't happening, but they 3-1.
Yeah, well, if they could beat
they got the Saints this
Atlanta,
week.
yeah, and the Saints, then that'll make me a believer.
All right, next